Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I finally got my microphone back. It took well longer than expected. It took about 6 weeks to get it back. I was not expecting it to take that long. I thought it was going to take a couple weeks. But, as you can guess, that is definitely why there has been nothing new going up on my channel. My last vlog was on the old microphone, and I'm sure a lot of you appreciate the new microphone better, the higher quality microphone. So, yeah, the new mic is back. So that means time to get back to recording new series, but I've got some definite updates about that. Well, first off, I haven't been away entirely. For people that may follow me on Twitter, just happened to catch it, I've been doing live streaming for about maybe the past 2 weeks, maybe about every night, if not every other night. I did a little bit of Skyrim, but actually lately I've been doing a lot of GTA 5 story mode, and it's been a ride. It's been hilarious. Just all the crazy hijinks you can get in, just not only the story itself, but just all the weird and crazy stuff that can happen. Just in a stream last night, repeatedly tasing animals over and over, which makes me a horrible person, but, you know, that's the game. But yeah, so I've been, live streaming roughly every night. At least it's nighttime for me, usually about midnight my time, which is about, if you're on the east coast of the United States, which is about 6 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock, and a little bit further if you're on the west coast. I'm kind of sticking to that schedule just because it's an easier time to do it. I'm kind of done with everything for the day, things are quiet. Of course, I'm using the green screen behind me, and the lighting is more stable because now that it's summertime, it stays light kind of late around here. And of course, if I start streaming when the sun is going down, the lights in the room is going to change because this room is terrible for lighting. And then I have to rekey the screen, it's just a pain. But yeah, so I've been mainly live streaming at night. I could change the schedule up if it turns out that, maybe that time isn't good for people. I know a lot of people, I don't know kind of what my viewership is in terms of where people are from. But I mean, I've had people come and hang out, so, but I can always change the time if it works better for people, or at least see about it. But like I say, nighttime for me, which is about evening for the east coast of the US, is about a good time for me. But yeah, so been live streaming, still working on GTA 5 story mode. Might do some online stuff, maybe. I'm looking for other stuff to do as well. So I'm about halfway through GTA 5, and looking for other games to do after that. I've got a few kind of planned. There's the entire Batman series. Could do more Skyrim. Or just really anything else anybody might be interested in seeing. If you want to see something specific on a live stream that might not be so good for doing a series, because I try to find games that are better for streaming versus doing a recorded series of. But then again, I've got a lot of stuff to record, so might even consider doing live streams of horror games possibly, which actually something to bring up in just a moment about that. But, leave a comment or anything, catch me on Twitter, something like that, to let me know what you might want to see stream. We're pretty much going to take GTA 5 to the end. We'll see how that goes, and then once that comes to an end, kind of decide what to do next. Might go back to Skyrim, because I'm not beating that game. I've had that game for quite a while now, and I'm not beating it. And maybe the live streams will convince me to beat it. But it's not always easy content, so might decide to do something else. As for live streaming, well, that's it for live streaming now. I'll bring up something else about live stream in a bit. As for the status of videos, the last series we left off with was The Cave, and we just started Dungeon Nightmares right before my microphone crapped out. Now with The Cave status, Now with the Cave status, fuck me. Now with the status of the Cave series, I'm pretty much I've got, I think, one more episode left that was recorded back in October before my time in the hospital. The only reason I didn't put that video out is because I believe it's the last one I've got. I haven't finished the game yet, and I definitely want to finish it, but the only reason I didn't put out that video even after my microphone died is because you know, at the end of my videos, I like to put previews for the next episode, and I didn't have, you know, I don't have anything new recorded for it. So, yeah, so there's at least one more episode of The Cave left that is from, well, over 6 months ago. So it's going to take me a little bit to get back into it. So when the series, after this next episode goes out, at least I think that's how much is left. After that episode goes out, it's going to take me a little bit to get back into the game. I vaguely remember where I left off. I remember it was kind of challenging with the puzzle in that area, so expect it, but the series is definitely coming back because I definitely want to finish it. As for Dungeon Nightmares, I had actually just started that series right before I was in the middle of recording the second half of the second episode of Dungeon Nightmares when I found out that day my microphone wasn't working. I kind of had problems with the game anyway. One of the mechanics of the game, based on what it was written, is that if you hit escape, it takes you back out to the main menu. Well, I kind of had a habit of... people... Actually, no, nobody saw this. When I was recording for episode 2, I accidentally hit escape. I was looking at the map, and by habit, you know, to bring the map down, I hit escape. And instead it took me to the main menu. And then one of the other things is in that game, if you die, you start completely over. And in the second episode, I was just kind of messing around, and I didn't care if I died, not knowing that it would start me over. So yeah, it took me back to night 1, and I tried to speed run night 1 all over again, and every time I bring up the map to see where I needed to go, and then I'd hit escape and take it back out to the main menu. And I kept doing this over and over and over and over again, eventually to the point where I stopped recording until I was getting to night 2, and then I finally got to night 2, and then I stopped recording, and then the next day when I was coming back to record, my microphone wasn't working. And then pretty much everyone knows what happened there. You know, no more recording. I've kind of gotten out of the mood for that game. Now, I know it's a great game, and I know there's still Dungeon Nightmare 2. I may go back to it. I'm kind of not in the mood for it right now, just because it was kind of a pain to get where I was. It's a really good game, and it's very scary, but there's other games I want to move on to. And maybe I could do it on the live stream if people are interested in seeing it. It might be better live stream footage because it's a random game. It's different every time you do it, and it's a challenge game. So, you know, if you die, you start completely over, which could make recording it kind of challenging. Maybe. But I do want to get on to some other series, especially some I've had for quite a while. I've had the Vanishing... I've got a lot of games that I've had for ages that I just haven't had time to get to. A couple I've been really, really wanting to do is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I hear that game's really, really good, and I know... I kind of hear that maybe it's not super horror, it's kind of psychological, but I know one person I watch on YouTube hates horror games, but he managed to make it through it, which tells me... And he really, really liked it for what it was. So I'm really kind of excited to play that. I'm thinking of starting that one next. The other one I've had for frickin' ages is The Forest. Now, I know that one's gone through several updates. It's even got co-op now, I think. But I've been just dying to play that. I've been dying to play that game ever since I heard about it. And I've had it forever. A friend bought it for me. And I just haven't touched it. I haven't had the time. I've been doing other horror games. So I'm pretty much thinking in terms of my schedule for horror games, I'm going to do The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and then I'm going to come along and I'm going to do The Forest. And I don't know how long that's going to go. You know, The Forest is kind of one of those, it's kind of a horror don't starve kind of. So I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know quite the format. It's basically, you know, survive as long as you can sort of deals, I guess. I don't know what kind of story elements there are to it. But that's pretty much the plan for now. I've still got plenty of other horror games. I got Alien Isolation I'm really excited to do, but that's probably going to wait until I've done those 2 games, because I just really, really, really want to get to them. Yes, so on to other news. E3 is coming up, and a lot of people are hearing Bethesda's, of course, getting their own panel. Bethesda's the one that does Skyrim, and especially does Fallout. One of my absolute favorite series. I'm a huge fan of Fallout. And they seem poised to possibly announce Fallout 4, which I am really excited for. Now, there's no guarantees they're going to announce this, but I'm really, 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 really hoping, because it's just one of my favorite series, and I've loved it. And actually, over my break, when my microphone wasn't working, I went back and I started playing Fallout 1. I tried playing it before, but it's such an old game, and it can be kind of difficult to get back into old games. Just because, well, if you play a lot of games nowadays, it's kind of different. It's a bit more challenging, you know, it's much of the older style, but once I got into it, it was really, really, really good. And I have Fallout 2 as well. Now, one of the things I'm thinking of doing is recording Fallout 2, because I started it, and then it was already so good within like the first hour of it, I thought, you know, I didn't get very far. I thought, you know, maybe I want to record this. Maybe I want to actually do a series on this. Now, of course, that means Fallout 1 isn't going to appear on my channel, and that's kind of an odd order to do things, because part of Fallout 2 actually does hinge on this. It hints at the story of Fallout 1. But because I've played Fallout 1 so recently, my responses and commentary wouldn't be fresh at all. I know exactly what to do and everything, which could make a good series, but I kind of like the exploring aspect of it and kind of, you know, discovering what all it has to offer along with people that are viewing. One of the things, though, too, is if you want to see someone playing Fallout 1, I believe is, at least at the time of this recording this video, is almost done, but Yogscast Sips. I love watching his stuff. In fact, I watch him live stream too. He's actually doing Grand Theft Auto 5 story mode as well, and I try to catch his stream whenever he's on. But he's been doing Fallout 1. He's kind of slowed down on it recently, but he's almost finished with the game. I can tell that much. But he's playing Fallout 1, so if you want to see how Fallout 1 went, what the story is, admittedly he played a dumb character, which in that game actually does kind of cripple you and makes it so you can't do a lot of things, because your character, if you make them dumb, they actually can't speak. The hubba wubba booby bobby kind of text is what you get. But yeah, so he's been playing Fallout 1, so if you want to see that, you know, go to that channel at least. I don't know if anyone else has ever recorded or playing it, but that's pretty much the reason I'm not going to do it, because like I say, I've played it so recently, and, you know, someone else is doing it. So probably once the cave is done, I may decide to do Fallout 2. I'm still trying to decide on that. I think Fallout 2 is definitely going to be a recorded series. But of course, in celebration of a possible Fallout 4, I want to go through Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas again. Now, these series are very, very long. It's kind of like doing Skyrim. You can get into a lot of content and not get very far. So, one of the things I'm thinking is maybe I'd live stream that instead of record it, or maybe both. Maybe I live stream it and record it, and, you know, put on my channel like highlights, you know, the kind of meat of the game, instead of you know, just watching me trudge from area to area to area, because then Fallout 5 would probably be out by the time I finished recording both Fallout 3 and New Vegas, especially with all the DLC in it as well. So pretty much I think that's what's going to happen with Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. At least that's kind of the plan. So I'll record Fallout 2, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas. Did I say Fallout 4 just a moment ago for New Vegas? Anyway, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas will likely be a live stream, with possibly some recording going on while the live stream, and then putting up highlights or something like that. And if anyone, you know, and if anyone's got any suggestions or comments on that, feel free to leave them, you know, below the video. As for that, that's pretty much kind of that. I'm still, you know, still trying to live stream every night. My video schedule is gonna try to remain at least minimum 2 per week. I want to try to get more, but of course, I've actually been to the doctor recently because I've had problems due to stress. I've been working too hard, apparently, not sleeping enough and not eating healthy enough, and it's cost me greatly. So I need to keep my stress levels down, but one of the things is, you know, I got to keep my own personal work up, keep the money incoming, and but yeah, I want to try to do minimum 2 videos a week. Try to do more when I can. It's kind of just whenever I'm available to do it, but minimum 2 a week, which means you'll get, you know, 1 standard game and probably 1 horror game. Right now you would get The Cave, and probably I'm going to start up The Vanishing of Ethan Carter coming up next, since I'm kind of going to decide Dungeon Nightmares is on hold, if not for streaming content. So that means that's pretty much my schedule. If I get more, just keep checking my channel. So yeah, just keep checking back my channel. Check out the live stream. One comment about the live stream is if you're actually having trouble on the Twitch live stream, I know people have problems with this, even I have problems with this, of the stream buffers, and if you can't wait it out and it doesn't fix itself, I've been streaming to hitbox as well to try to alleviate some of that problem. So when I live stream, if the Twitch isn't working for you, try Hitbox. It's under the same username, Moonsango. It's the same as my Twitch, except it's Hitbox. So you can always try picking up the stream there. But yeah, probably catch me roughly every night for live streams, at least until GTA 5 finishes. Then I'll have to decide what to do next. If you're following me on Twitch, you'll probably get emails notifying when I'm about to stream. I'll announce it on Twitter usually at least an hour before I do it, because sometimes I just have to decide if I'm able to do it that night. Yeah, so new series coming, series wrapping up, live stream stuff. Hopefully my channel is active, hopefully my microphone. This is actually a brand new microphone. They couldn't fix my old microphone. So it's a new microphone. Hopefully this one lasts, and no more big gaps, because I keep saying no more big gaps, and every single time there's a huge gap on my channel, and I really apologize for that. But for those of you that, you know, keep coming back, keep watching, you know, hang out with me on live streams, I really appreciate it, because this is fun. This is, you know, I love doing this kind of stuff. It's great, and I hope I'm entertaining you and giving you something to do, you know, even if I'm just background noise, you know. But you know, so the channel is gonna be live again. So I guess that's it. That's all the updates. So new videos coming soon, live streams, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.